in the morning sun, and I'll be sitting when the evening comes. Oh, just watching the ships roll in, and then I'll watch them roll away again. Oh, I'm just sitting on the dock of the bay,
watching the tide roll away.
ooh, sitting on the dock of the bay, wasting time. I left my home in Georgia, headed for the Frisco Bay, 'cause I had nothing to live for, and look like nothing's gonna come my way. So I'm just sitting on the dock of the bay, watching the tide roll away.
Good morning, everyone. I welcome you here today as we pay tribute and celebrate the life of Joshua Michael Mayle. My name is Reverend Sheridan Brand, and it is my honour to be officiating this service today. If you have not already, could you please turn your mobile phones on silent or down, please? And we also welcome those online who have joined us via live stream today. Family and friends, you are all here today because Josh has been a significant person in your life. The sheer volume of people here today and the overwhelming number of messages of condolences tells a story of how many lives Josh has touched and influenced. The tremendous outpouring of love and support is humbling, but also inspiring. Thank you for taking the time to be with his family today. It means more to them than what you can know. When we lose someone we love, it is the most heartbreaking and difficult events that we face in life. We gather today to remember the things about Josh who made a special place in your hearts, to remember the times that we spent together enjoying each other's company with him. We gather to share the pain and to share the hurt, to share our tears and our sorrows, to stand beside each other in silence and not be uncomfortable in our grief, to give you the space to mourn your loss and know that you are surrounded by love. So today, as we spend this time remembering Josh, we won't try to hide or avoid our tears. There is sacredness in tears. They are not a mark of weakness, but a mark of power. They are messages of overwhelming grief and unspeakable love. Josh has touched each life in this room in some way. A cherished and devoted husband to Gina, an adored dad to Jansen, father of Samuel, Jessica, Jacob and Avalon. He was a dearly loved son to Michael and Christine, a loving brother and brother-in-law and uncle to Liam and his family, a respected teammate, a mate in the community and a friend to many. Josh loved the sport of football, which started at an early age, and he made his SANFL debut at the North Adelaide Football Club. His footy career saw him to play in the AFL for the Adelaide Crows, but then returning to North Adelaide. Josh certainly loved his footy, but he found other things which he loved more. Cooking for family and friends, being immersed in his community, art and fishing. All these things gave Josh joy and happiness. Josh found a life he loved when he moved the family to Moonta Bay around 10 years ago. This is where he found his peace. Josh's life, his influence, his love and energy, his strength is linked to you all, and I hope you can take comfort in knowing that he is no longer in pain and that suffering is no longer something that he has to endure. I believe that Josh would not want your hearts to be burdened with grief. Instead, he would want you to fill the empty space left by his passing with the presence of his love. He would want you to remember him he wouldn't want you to remember him in sadness, but rather with a smile for all the good and happy moments of his life. So let us celebrate the full life that Josh has lived, and that we have had the privilege to know and love him. Free to weep for the one we have lost, but empowered to live life to the full as he did. The definition of a meaningful life has nothing to do with the way we look or whether we are wealthy or whether we are perfect. It's about being real and being able to share ourselves and enrich the lives of others, to give and to receive love, and ultimately to be happy. Psalm number 23. The Lord is my shepherd, therefore can I lack nothing. He shall make me lie down in green pastures, and lead me beside still waters. He shall refresh my soul, and guide me in right pathways for his name's sake. Though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and staff comfort me. You spread a table before me in the presence of those who trouble me. You have anointed my head with oil, and my cup shall be full. Surely your goodness and loving kindness will follow me all the days of my life, and I shall dwell in the house of the Lord forever. I would like to invite Josh's brother Liam to come and share the eulogy with you on behalf of the family.
Thank you all for coming. I won't talk long. Thank you for everyone for giving up your time to be here today, especially those who needed to travel a significant distance. Jeremy, who came from Western Australia, and Uncle Peter, who come from Victoria. Thank you to everyone who travelled. Also to those who are watching this celebration of Josh's life from afar through the magic of Zoom technology, thank you also. The Mayo family really enjoys having you all here with us today, celebrating Josh's life. In tackling this eulogy, I found myself staring at a blank piece of paper for a lot longer than I thought I would. I thought, how do I reflect upon Josh's life in 5 minutes? Josh was a lot more than that to me, as he is all to you. I also had to decide how formal this eulogy would actually have to be. But to be truthful, Josh didn't care much for formalities. Throughout his whole life, there remains one thing Josh truly held in high regard next to his family, and that was his friends. And he had plenty. True, genuine friends, lifelong friends. And looking around the room today certainly confirms that to me, allied with the numerous people requesting the Zoom link from me before today came. I remember as a kid, Josh's first real job was an apprentice carpenter, a job that he really enjoyed. Josh loved working with his hands, and he certainly loved working outside. But unfortunately, after 6 months, his employer was forced to let him go through circumstance. The next job Josh had was an apprentice panel beater, and North Adelaide Football Club were instrumental in that. Josh was required to attend TAFE as part of the course. He didn't get there often. I remember our mum busted him on a study day with a friend in the car. Mum asked, "What are you doing? You're supposed to be at TAFE." Josh said, "It's lunchtime." It was 9 o'clock in the morning. But I guess we should have known it wouldn't last, because working outside was what he really loved. And this set the tone for the rest of Josh's life. I learnt very early about Josh's character, the type of person that he really was. Even at a very young age, in junior primary school. Me, being the older brother, I went to the primary school, geographically in the same place. I used to go down to see him at lunchtime and recess time. But it didn't take long for Josh to tell me, "Why are you coming down here? I don't need you down here all the time." Josh was very independent, and fiercely so. And Josh easily gelled with the people around him. He was a likeable guy and has great friends. I'm proud to call Josh my brother. It wasn't long after I wanted to play football. Aussie rules football. Unfortunately, there was no team for Josh, being so young. "I want to play, I want to play," he kept on badgering our mum. He kept chanting that. It was so annoying. Well, spoiler alert, he did end up playing football. And Josh started to play football for Jeps Cross Football Club, affectionately known as the Rams. This is how Josh's football career started. Growing up, our parents had a bonded wooden boat. This is where Josh developed a real passion for fishing. I remember the boat engine was playing up, so the decision was made not to go fishing this particular day. So as a consequence, we didn't need the boat. You see, I collected some snails to use as bait. So I got an ice cream container, put a lid on it, put some holes in it, put all the snails I'd got into this container with some foliage and put it away. Shortly after, Josh comes walking inside. Yep, with that same ice cream container, chewing. He had snail shell all down the front of him. He had eaten all of my snails, all 5 of them. I was horrified. In our early years, we were introduced to camping. Our parents bought a tent. Off we went. We went to the Darling River in New South Wales, and yep, we were fishing again. We had just arrived, and Mum and Dad were unpacking the car. Josh wanted to go fishing now. The fishing rods were still in the car. Josh, as usual, was very insistent. So Mum found a stick on the bank and found some line nearby, tied it off, got a hook, baited it, and the line goes in. We were all unpacking the car. Josh was 6. The line was cast, and only minutes went by. "I got a fish! I got a fish!" Josh yells excitedly. "No, you haven't," Mum said. She didn't even look up. Josh repeats himself as he is now sliding down the bank, now in knee-deep water. Dad runs to him and grabs him by the scruff of the neck and brings him back to higher ground as he sees an extremely large perch on the end of the line. Mum grabs the fish. What a catch. The one that didn't get away. As a kid, Josh was accident prone, coming off his skateboard, falling off his push bike, walking into poles, kicking sprinklers, you name it, Josh did it. He even walked on some hot coals. Now I know where the crows got it from. My dad was building a Besser block barbecue when we were kids, out in the backyard. Josh, as always, was very keen to help. Dad went inside briefly, which left Josh and I out the back on our own. There was a blood-curdling shriek, and as our parents come rushing out, they witnessed blood streaming down Josh's face. Blood was everywhere. But that's not half of it. My parents accused me of beating him up. But what really happened, and I swear this, Mum and Dad, Josh picked up a claw hammer, and as he was swinging it, lifted above his head, straight to the top of his head. What a mess. Josh and I spent some time visiting our grandparents in Broken Hill. We were there quite often through our school holidays. One of our famous places to go, and Josh loves this better than any place, was the city bars, which was the city pool. We spent hours there. I recall Josh slipped over on some wet cement and he fell into the pool, and as he did, he smashed his chin on the side of the pool as he fell in. Josh went to hospital and received 6 stitches for his trouble. Later that day, my grandmother, who we were staying with, was very keen on looking after Josh's chin. Kept on rubbing, kept on cleaning. Mum said to Nana, "How many stitches did Josh get?" Mum, being a registered nurse, does the count, gets to 5. My Nana cleaned the wound so well, rubbed a stitch out, only 5 in his chin. Apparently it healed all right. Like most kids, Josh wasn't too different. He loved art and drawing, as you may see. As a kid, he loved drawing with pencils, even if it was on the walls at home. Mum caught him one day whilst I was at school, so I can't get blamed. Josh denied everything. Mum sent him to his room and said, "You can come out when you can tell the truth." It took at least half an hour before he sheepishly wandered out. "Well, Josh, what do you have to say for yourself?" Josh replies, "Well, I might have done it." I could talk a lot more about Josh's childhood memories, but I'll leave others to talk. Josh's employment was wide and varied. Excavation, demolition, cooking, he did quite a lot. Josh wanted to start his own excavation business, but unfortunately he injured his back and he wasn't able to. During Josh's travelling around Australia, participating in demolition projects, he found himself in Sydney. And this particular night he frequented the Balmain Town Hall, where he met Gina, his wife. This was in 2009, and after a whirlwind romance, they wedded in 2012 and had their son, Jansen. Josh worked at Agostino Mitsubishi, where he met his lifelong friend Platy. Thank you, Platy. And through football, Josh met his other lifelong friend, Fordy. Thanks, Fordy. Fordy kept a vigil over Josh for months prior to his death. They even went to the jetty and fished together, Fordy on his e-bike and Josh on a gopher. What a sight. Fordy and I speak of it often. Prior to Josh getting sick, he worked in the Port Hughes Tavern in the kitchen. And thank you to Chappie for helping Josh. Josh started making pizzas and progressing to more complex cooking. In closing, Josh did things his way to the bitter end. He didn't care much for consequences, nor what anyone thought. If I could ask something of you all, please remember Josh as he used to be, not as a person who succumbed to illness. This congregation, physically here today and electronically at home or any club rooms, really is a testament to Josh's life. Let's send Josh off, a person we all know and love, uniquely and befitting of the champion that he is. And thank you for helping to celebrate Josh's life here today. Please keep Josh's memory alive, think about him often, and talk about him often. Josh's death has left an indelible blight on my life. I will never be the same again. However, memories will last a lifetime, and thank you to everyone who has enriched Josh's life and given me those lifelong memories of him. Thank you very much. And just before I leave, I'd like to thank the Moonta crew for their contribution with bringing and organising some extra food today. Thank you.
Thank you, Liam. I'd like to invite Josh's dad, Michael, to come and say a few words.
Thank you. Yeah, I thank you all for coming today. This is terribly difficult for me. In memory of our son, my son. It's a gathering of it for a memorial, which it is, but it's also a celebration of Josh's life, which Nathaniel, Liam has already explained. There aren't any words that can take away the pain and devastation for our loss, but we can join in today in celebrating his life. Gina, once again accept my condolences, and you, Jansen, as well. Dad loved you and what you did, Jansen. My happy and satisfying times with Joshua are endless, and Liam has already mentioned those, which are huge. I'm sure all those present have been touched in some way, as mentioned, large or small. His generosity, his hard work, and his mateship. From Josh's birth, over the last few months, and every day in between, his mother, Christine, influenced him the most. Whether it was waving a big stick at him, which made loving contact at times, or her unparalleled love and care, who I'm sure that Josh looked forward to. Thank you, Christine. There are many others who filled him with joy as Nathaniel, as Liam rather. I'm still doing it, aren't I, boys? Still doing it. But there are many others other than Christine who filled his life with joy. Only to mention a few. The others are present here, and I appreciate you all being here, and hopefully I can catch up with you all later on in the celebration. Here's Nana and Papa. Peter and Shirley, who treated him like a son, and they certainly celebrated his life. His Uncle Peter and his family, who were always there through thick and thin. And Darren Ford, 40, his caring mate from the teens, and his junior football mates. Liam, very proud of him for his strength and maturity, true brotherhood, very stoic. Josh has mentioned, and in the literature that's here today, Josh had an extended family whom he loved, never forgot, and mentioned frequently with me. His siblings, Nathaniel and Serena, his eldest son Samuel, the twins, Jacob and Jessica, and their younger sister Avalon, and of course Jansen, his youngest. To you all, I pass on Dad's love, which we spoke about you all very often, and with passion at times. I was sent a short poem which is significant for me, as it was on the 3rd of February rather. As I started to read this poem, it immediately took me back to the morning of the 3rd, spending time with Josh, as it was as if Josh was reading it to me. There have been many other short messages, in between messages, paragraphs, and even books that have been sent to myself and the family. And they've all been welcomed, and they've all been very comforting for us all, and I do thank you all. But this poem in particular, which was sent on the evening of the 3rd, it goes: when I go, don't learn to live without me. Just learn to live with my love in a different way. And if you need to see me, close your eyes or look to the shadow when the sun shines. I'm there. There is no leaving when the soul is blended with another. When I go, don't learn to live without me. Just learn to look to me in the moments. I'll be there. That poem was sent by his loving cousin, Lisa. May God continue to bless you, Lisa. I won't say much more, except he was here yesterday and I loved him. He's here today and I love him. And he will be here tomorrow and I will still love him. Enjoy your peace, my son, Joshua Michael. Enjoy your peace.
Thank you, Michael. I'd like to invite Josh's Uncle Peter to come and share with you now.
Thank you for coming to help celebrate Josh's life. I'm his uncle on his mother's side. I'm part of the Broken Hill Connection. We all know what a sports prodigy Josh was. Schoolboy footballer, 7th youngest player to put the boots on for a senior side in a 150-year history of the South Australian National Football League. Played for the Crows when I was a teenager. I still remember round 10 Fitzroy when he was chosen for the team, and it was on the footy show. And the sarcastic Sam Newman was crossed to McGuinness, the former Crows captain, and the Adelaide team was announced. So Sam, quick as a flash, said, "So the Crows have finally got some sense. They've stopped playing shielders and females and they've finally picked some males for the side." So, very comical. I have cherished memories of Josh back in Broken Hill, where he'd come and stay with my parents and Christine's parents. And I'd always be fishing and going to the pool. They'd often come round to my house, where there was 2 years between Liam, Jeremy and Josh, and life bond memories and strong bonds were formed. I'd put the tent up in the backyard quite often, and I'd go down at midnight and tell them ghost stories and try and scare shit out of them and try and pull the tent down. Liam and Jeremy would fight back, and Josh would there be laughing his head off. Even as the youngest, he just seemed to enjoy life the most. Many years later, I was living in Melbourne, and Josh went on a road trip with his good friend Darren Ford, and they came and stayed with me for about a week. And Jeremy flew over from Tasmania, and we surely painted the town red in Melbourne. We got home from some disco in Hawthorn about 6 o'clock in the morning, and we were some sick heads the next day. Leaving Melbourne geographically is the biggest city in the world. So I said to Josh, "I've got some shortcuts, I can get you to the Ballarat Road, no worries." And there you're on the Western Highway, straight to Adelaide. I said, "No worries, Uncle Peter." So he zigzagged through, pulled up with my wife in the car and Josh and Darren, and said, "Look, straight up there, that light's 500 yards away. All you have to do is turn left and you're on the Western Highway. All the best, see you next time." So off he went. There's no mobile phones then. And of course, they just went straight through the intersection. They're on the road to Bendigo, so they didn't go to Ballarat, they went to Bendigo. When I caught up with Josh later, I said, "Well, why did you just go to Bendigo?" He said, "Oh, that's okay, that's great, Uncle Peter. I've never been to Bendigo before, it was a great experience." And that just seemed to sum up Josh. He's just so laconic, nothing was too trouble with him, he had no material values, he was just so happy being with his mates, having a beer, or going fishing, or something enjoying. He didn't like his time at the Crows. He wasn't sacked, he quit the Crows, told the coach where to go, which is typical of Josh, because Josh, no one could tell Josh to do anything. He always did his own way. My daughter is at home looking after her sick mother who's recuperating from an operation and can't recover. So she's asked me to read a poem. The poem is Immortality by Claire Harner, who's published in 1934, so it's in public domain. So my dear cousin, the cheeky, fun-loving and caring Joshua, you're forever in my thoughts, Ellie. Now I'll just read the poem.
Okay, Pete.
Do not stand by my grave and weep. I am not there, I do not sleep. I am the thousand winds that blow, I am the diamond glints in snow, I am the sunlight and ripened grain, I am the gentle autumn rain. As you wake with the morning hush, I am the swift uplifting rush of quiet birds in circling flight, I am the day's transcending light. Do not stand by my grave and cry, I am not there, I did not die, I am elsewhere. Thank you.
Thank you, Peter. Well, we're now going to listen to some songs that have been picked out by Josh's family and watch a slideshow of photos and memories. Thank you.
coming round again, the slowly creeping hand of time in its command. Soon enough it comes and settles in its place. Its shadow in my face puts pressure in my day. This life, well, it's slipping right through my hand. These days turned out nothing like I had planned. It's coming round again, slowly creeping in, time in its demand. It settles in its place, the shadow in my face, pressure in my day. Soon enough it comes, and here it is again, it's slowly creeping in, time in its command. Soon enough it comes, settles in its place. It's pressure in my day, undignified man. This life, well, it's slipping right through my hand. These days turned out nothing like I had planned. Control, well, it's slipping right through my hand. These days turned out nothing like I had planned. Soon enough it comes. Soon enough it comes to tie us down. It's coming round again. Slowly creeping in. This life, well, it's slipping right through my hand. These days turned out nothing like I had planned. Control, well, it's slipping right through my hand. These days turned out nothing like I had planned.
Another turning point, a fork stuck in the road. Time grabs you by the wrist, directs you where to go. So make the best of this test and don't ask why. It's not a question but a lesson learned in time. It's something unpredictable, but in the end is right. I hope you had the time of your life. So take the photographs and still frames in your mind, hang it on a shelf in good health and good time. Tattoos of memories and dead skin on trial. For what it's worth, it was worth all the while. It's something unpredictable, but in the end is right. I hope you had the time of your life. It's something unpredictable, but in the end it's right. I hope you had the time of your life. It's something unpredictable, but in the end is right. I hope you had the time of your life.
Kids are driving Saturday afternoon, just pass me by. I'm just savoring familiar sights. We shared some history, this town and I can't stop that long forgotten feeling of her. Time to book a room and stay tonight. Number one is to find some friends to say you're doing well. After all this time, you boys look just the same. Number two is the happy hour at one of the two hotels. And settle into play to you, remember so and so. And number three is never say her name. And oh, the plane trees will blind the weary driver. And there's nothing else can set fire to this town. There's no change, there's no place. Everything within its place just makes it harder to believe that she won't be around. No. Who needs that sentimental bullshit anyway? No, it takes more than just a memory to make me cry. And I'm happy just to see you at a table with old friends and see which one of us can tell the biggest lies. And there's a girl, she's falling in love near where the piano stands, with a young local factory out of worker, just holding hands. And I'm wondering if he'll go or if he'll stay. Do you remember? Nothing stopped us all the feel in our head. There's a message on my phone. It's my mother saying, darling, please come home. I fear the worst, but how could you leave us all behind? There's so much to say, but there's so little time. So how do I say goodbye? Someone who's been with me for my whole damn life. You gave me my name and the color of your eyes. See your face when I look at mine. So how do I say goodbye? When I couldn't, you always saw the best in me. Right or wrong, you were always on my side. But I'm scared of what life without you's like. And I saw the way she looked into your eyes. And I promise if you go, I will make sure she's alright. So how do I say goodbye? Someone who's been with me for my whole damn life. You gave me my name and the color of your eyes. See your face when I look at mine. So how do I say goodbye? And there's no way you could ever let me down. Gonna steal some time and start again. You'll always be my closest friend. And someday we're gonna make it out. Just hold the light. Just hold the light high, high. So how do I say goodbye to someone who's been with me for my whole damn life? You gave me my name and the color of your eyes. I see your face when I look at mine. So how do I say goodbye? So how do I say goodbye?
A moment of prayer. Loving God, we thank you for the life of Joshua Michael Mayle. We give thanks for Josh's family and friends, for whom he loved dearly. We give thanks for his love and connection in his community, for all the relationships and people he influenced and helped. We give thanks for his character, his humour, his love for life, his strength and his courage. And we give thanks for Josh's wonderful example of what living a life full of spirit looks like. Merciful God, giver of unconditional love and comfort, look graciously, we pray, on those who mourn, remembering especially Josh's family and friends. For his adored wife Gina, who misses him dearly. For his cherished son Jansen, whose sense of loss is so keen. And for his wonderful children Samuel, Jessica, Jacob and Avalon. For his beloved family, Michael, Christine, and Liam and the rest of the family. Casting all their care on you, may they know the consolation of your love, hope and compassion. When we cannot understand the things that happened and are weighed down by our grief and loneliness, uphold us in your love. Give us the assurance of your constant care, that we may have the courage for the days that lie ahead. Our Father in heaven, hallowed be your name. Your kingdom come, your will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us today our daily bread. Forgive us our sins, as we forgive those who sin against us. Save us from the time of trial and deliver us from evil. For the kingdom, the power and the glory are yours, now and forever. Amen. Family and friends, we now come to the part of this service where we say farewell to Josh and to commit his mortal body for cremation. Josh, we want you to know that though we may not have told you often enough, you mean so much more to us than words can say. We are thankful and grateful and love you with all of our hearts. We come into this world with nothing and we will leave with nothing. But the memories we leave behind with our family and friends are a mark of our life's success. If I could ask you to be upstanding for these final words. We lovingly, tenderly and reverently commit the body of Joshua Michael Mail for cremation. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. We honour his life and the love he has brought into ours. We give thanks for all the good he has done and now pass his soul for eternal keep. Josh, you are no longer bound by this world, but a part of it. No longer tied to one place or one time, but free. You are loved dearly and you are in our hearts and our minds, and we will carry you with us as we move forward with our lives. You leave us with the strength and pride to do what is good and right, and your memory will guide us just as you did when you were by our side. For this we say thank you, and with love we say goodbye. And we now leave Josh to rest peacefully. May your memories of him give you strength in the days that lie ahead. And a final blessing for you all. May the Lord bless you and may he keep you. May the Lord make his face to shine upon you and be gracious to you. And may the Lord lift up his countenance upon you and give you peace. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes the funeral service today for Joshua Mail. On behalf of his family, I'd like to thank you all for your attendance here today. It's been greatly appreciated. After the service, anyone who would like to share some stories and reminisce about Josh, you're more than welcome to remain here and head to the other end of the building to the Mostyn Pool Lounge. Ladies and gentlemen, we will now be carrying Josh's coffin out to the awaiting hearse, where he'll take his last journey. Can I now please ask for the pallbearers to come forward and for you all to remain standing. Thank you.
Sing me a song of a lass that is gone. Say, could that lass be I? Mary of soul, she sailed on a day over the sea to sky. Mull was a stem, rum on the port, Eck on the starboard bow. Glory of youth glowed in his soul. Where is that glory now? Sing me a song of a lass that is gone. Say, could that lass be I? Mary of soul, she sailed on a day over the sea she sailed on a day over the sea to sky.
Spend all your time waiting for that second chance, for a break that would make it okay. There's always some reason to feel not good enough, and it's hard at the end of the day. I need some distraction. Oh, beautiful release. Memories seep from my veins. Let me be empty. Oh, weightless, and maybe I'll find some peace tonight. In the arms of the angel, fly away from here, from this dark, cold hotel room, and the endlessness that you fear. You are pulled from the wreckage of your silent reverie. You're in the arms of the angel. May you find some comfort here. So tired of the straight line, and everywhere you turn, there's vultures and thieves at your back. The storm keeps on twisting. Keep on building the lies that you make up for all that you lack. It don't make no difference. Escape one last time. It's easier to believe in this sweet madness, all this glorious sadness that brings me to my knees. In the
Listen out to the wind, babe. Listen out to the rain. I feel that water licking at my feet again. I don't wanna see this town no more, wasting my days on a factory floor. The first thing you know, I'll be back in Bone River again. Anytime you're wrong, babe, you can come around. But only 6 days separates me and the great top band. I've been working hard, 12 hours a day, and the money I'll save won't buy my youth again. I'm going for the heat, babe, and the tropical rain. Yeah, the place where no man's putting on the dog with me. I'm waiting on a weekend, set a brand new tires, and back in Bow River, just where I wanna be. Oh, listen now to the wind, babe. Listen now to the rain. Feel that water licking at my feet again. I don't wanna see this town no more. Too many years made up my mind to go and stay right to my dying day. I don't wanna see another engine light. Too many years that I owe my mind. The first set of wheels heading back Bow River again. The first thing you know, I'll be back in Bow River again. Yeah, yeah. I got the rest of my days. Sold everything I own for just the song. So anytime you want, babe, you can come around. But don't leave it too late, you just might find me gone. Oh, listen now to the wind, babe. Listen now to the rain. Feel that water licking at my feet again. I don't wanna see this town no more. Too many years made up my mind to go and stay right to my dying day. I don't wanna see another engine light. Too many years and I owe my mind. First set of wheels heading back Bow River again. I don't need the score, I'm going through the door. I'm gonna tell a man I don't want no more. Pick up my past out and turn my name in the road. 1 week, 2 weeks, never even more. I piss on my money up against the damn wall. First thing you know, I'll be back in Bow River again. First thing you know, I'll be back in Bow River again. The first thing you know, I'll be back in Bow River again. I walked across an empty land. I knew the pathway like the back of my hand. I felt the earth beneath
beneath my feet. Sat by the river and it made me complete. Oh, simple thing, where have you gone? I'm getting old and I need something to rely on. So tell me when you're gonna let me in. I'm getting tired and I need somewhere to begin.